You're watching NappyCast by Jason Nappy Weather. Find out if that weather pattern is going to break or not for the weekends of rain and cool in the Northeast, and whether or not we get to a summer pattern in the forecast. But first, we got to take a look at what's happening right now on the surface analysis. We've got a cold front that's coming in here from the Ohio Valley. That's going to move through in the next several hours. It's going to bring some cooler air down from the Great Lakes. There's a big upper level low driving all of this up to the north, up in Canada. It's also going to pull down more wildfire smoke from Canada, from Ontario, where the wildfires have been raging all summer long. Well, all spring long, now into the summer, right? We're getting into the summer. So here's a look at the satellite picture. I widened things out. You can see that upper level low right now over Canada. There's the cold front, okay? Here's the showers and thunderstorms over Texas right now, over Dallas. Okay, so moisture coming up from here, drier air coming in here, and cooler air with clouds in the Great Lakes, and all clear out in the desert southwest here, down towards the Baja, California, Pacific Northwest is all clear there. So a lot to talk about here in the forecast as the fronts move through the next couple of days. You'll notice here, those fronts will come through pretty active. We're stuck in this pattern here. We get these troughs that come through the Northeast, okay? And really, even for the South, it's not all that hot, okay, because these fronts keep coming down. So you've got your warm front here over the Mid-South. So that is the dividing line between where it is warm and humid south of that, and not all that warm and humid. Now, everyone wants to know how, when, if is this pattern going to break. So there is some hope. Let's take a look at the European Ensemble forecast, okay? So what this does here is this takes a look at like 50 runs of the European model, okay? And it kind of averages it out. So if you're looking just at this, there is some hope after Thursday, Friday, right? Those blues move out of Maine and New England, okay? Notice the ridge that pops up here for Sunday, June 15th, Father's Day. You've got a ridge down here, and this would mean things warm up quite a bit, and even warmer here towards the Northeast too, right? Around that ridge. So that's a good sign in the short term. Now let's go into next week and see what happens. So you've got a trough that digs here just a little bit over towards the west, and you've got your ridge here in the east, okay? Here's your ridge down to the south. That would mean things would warm up for the Northeast for a change here. Now, go farther out in time into June 18th and 19th, you still have that ridge in place. Now, there might be a trough come through eastern Canada around the 22nd. We'll talk about that in more detail. But the ensemble forecast here still has ridging. The jet stream is way up here, and you've got your ridging to the south here. So that would mean we would break out of the pattern if this was to be correct here. However, the European model here, this run of the European, which is basically the operational run, is a different story, okay? This is just one run of those 50, right? This is what kind of the European thinks is going to happen, right? And this one for June 22nd has a big ridge here. Remember that ridge I showed you? It's here right over the heartland, okay, which would mean insane heat in the south, okay, triple digits. It also has a very deep trough in the Northeast. Again, okay, another weekend. I know. But another trough in the east, okay? So that's the difference between the operational versus the operational run versus the ensemble run. And right now, I always lean towards the ensemble because it's more data. It's 50 runs. But because of what has happened here lately, I would lean more towards this operational run. I know that's crazy to say, but and I hope it's wrong. I hope that we get the ensemble run to be correct. I hope that trend it really plays out and really happens, and we warm up and dry out. Regardless, gotta take a look at the rain for this weekend in the Northeast. Okay, so it is going to be to the south for the most part. Notice here with high pressure coming in from Canada. Okay. You've got your dividing line of rain from basically down east, the mid-coast, even the western mountains, a portion, all the way down to New York City. This is where your rain is. This is Saturday morning, okay? So it's a very fine line in Maine, pretty much all New Hampshire, Vermont, okay? But by Father's Day, we dry out considerably here. So there's just a couple of showers up here in around Mount Washington, up towards the greens and whites in New Hampshire, really presidential range. But most of us, though, are dry for Father's Day. Okay, so things clear out. We get a little bit of a ridge to build in. However, we look at this operational run of the European model next week, and it has a storm that comes through, a heavy one in southern New England, which I've been watching very closely. And then we've got on and off showers, and then here comes that trough for the following weekend. So here's the thing. In the next 7 days, things look pretty typical. Obviously, it'll be chilly today in New England with 60s and 50s for highs. Tomorrow we'll get to the 80s. Okay, but notice here, things look pretty typical, all things considered, going out. This is day 7. This goes out into Monday, and you've got your triple-digit heat where you expect it, desert Southwest, and then you've got your 80s and 90s in the plains. You've got your 80s and 90s Southeast, and we're around 70s in New England. A little cool, but nothing overly chilly there. That's fairly typical for June, but it definitely can be a lot warmer. So what I'm saying at right now here, what I'm confident in telling you is that the pattern for the next few days, we're going to be chilly, but then we'll warm up a bit, and then cold front comes through on Thursday in New England, okay? And then for the following weekend, I'm not ready to say just yet about what is going to happen. Okay, I'm not convinced either way. I think it's a 50-50 shot. I don't want to say we're going to break the pattern and be in summer just yet. So here's for my loyal followers in Maine as I zoom in a bit. Scattered showers today. Not an all-day washout. If you got plans, it's not going to pour rain all day. There will be even a few isolated thunderstorms. Wildfire smoke returns tonight into Maine and tomorrow. And run for the 80s as we get into the day tomorrow and Thursday, especially in southern Maine, especially close to the mid-coast, just inland a bit. Especially with fronts coming through, you get that land breeze, right? But right now we've got showers, Lewiston, Auburn in the forecast today. There will be showers on and off. It's not going to be a dry day, okay, in the forecast. And 62, 71 mountains, 68. So in the mountains, it's going to be relatively chilly. Lows in the 40s going into the weekend. I do have showers in the forecast. I just can't take them out. I can't buy in on that big ridge on the weather highway just yet. I can't do it until I see more data. So I've left showers. Now, right now, I just have a few showers. I don't have any big storms in there. Okay, but right now for Saturday, if you've got plans, I've got rain to the south inland. Not an all-day washout, and also not all of Maine is going to see it, okay? For the coastline, right now, the southern coast, the mid-coast, the better shot for rain Saturday versus all the way up down east, okay? And then next week, there is an opportunity we could warm up, but also there's that other side of the coin right now where that upper level trough could swing through. So right now, I'm going to stay more on the pessimistic side until I see the data that goes all in on a spring to summer pattern. Right now, I think we're still stuck in spring until I see more data coming our way. You can go to nappycast.com for the latest updates.